told her to be careful. I should have done more. I should have stayed.
Careful about what, Yvonne?
The research into the cardiac arrests.
You knew about her suspicions?
It was only tonight that she gave me the details. Something about a drug, a funny name,
Suxamethonium.
That's it. She said that someone's been using it on the patients.
Did she say who she suspected?
She got me to print out some personnel files.
On who?
You don't have access.
I figured out your password. I had to. No one else was taking her seriously.
Who were they, Yvonne?
Luke Derville, Gavin Capper, Justine Jones, Kip Denton, Joey, Alice, Shanti, Scotty. There were more, but I can't remember. And she was checking all the rosters, trying to figure out who was working on what.
I can look that up.
Thanks, Yvonne. I know this has been distressing, but you have been a real help.
I just want you to catch whoever did this and lock them up and throw away the key.
I'm with you on that. You can take your mum home now, but there will be more questions later.
Don't come in tomorrow. Look after yourself. So you'll want to talk to Scotty and the rest of them?
Once we find out how Brenda died and when, and then we'll see who was around at the time.
So much for Happy Halloween. Please avoid the media. Anything said out of turn could hamper the arrest of Brenda's killer. And I know that's the last thing you want.
How was she killed? Was it like the others?
No, it wasn't, but that's all I can tell you. If you feel the need to take some time off, talk to your HOD, we'll find cover.
And why would anyone want to work here now? You're saying there's two killers?
No, I'm not.
So it's the same guy?
I can't confirm anything.
Look, there's a huge police presence here, okay? We've all seen them. We couldn't be safer.
Easy said. You're a guy.
Look, the best thing we can all do now is just focus on our patients. Otherwise, we may as well not be here.
Yeah, that's true. So please consider carefully. If you need leave, we'll understand, and counselling services are available. Again, talk to your HOD. I'm sorry to have brought you such dreadful news. Brenda will be sadly missed.
Not now, I can't.
You shouldn't be here. Not after last night.
I have to keep on working.
You don't.
It's what Brenda would do. She was totally committed, no matter what.
I know I should have listened to her, but...
I didn't believe her either, Scotty. But we can't dwell on that now. We've lost a colleague and a friend. It's a time to grieve.
What was the patient's name?
Mrs. Hansel.
And she's sure this masked figure came from the direction the victim was found.
A few minutes later, she saw the crash cart, people running.
Okay, what description did she give? Height, weight, male, female?
She didn't notice.
So all we've got is a George Bush mask and a black cape. Okay, find the mask, will have been dumped, and bring Mrs. Hanson in to see me.
Will do.
Morning.
How's your mum?
A wreck.
She's staying at home?
But she knows you might phone.
Okay, only if I have to.
We're being flooded with calls from the media.
Say nothing.
I'm not, but I wonder whether I should redirect the calls to you.
I thought Chris had given you instructions.
He has, but...
Well, does that include putting the press onto me?
No, but...
Then please, do as you're told. Simply say that the hospital has no comment to make.
They are not just calling about Brenda, they're wondering whether we're open for business. But I'll ask Chris how he wants me to handle
We've
that.
already discussed it. Chris and I will make a brief statement this morning about Brenda's death and the running of the hospital. You will say nothing.
Fine, I was just trying to help. Thought I could take the pressure off.
It's very thoughtful, but one wrong word can start a flurry of speculation. It's just best that you leave the talking to us.
Mum, what are you doing here?
Do you reckon she wants to work?
No way.
There might be news about Brenda.
I'll call you as soon as I...
It's not the same. If it was me, she would be right here in the thick of it.
Look, that's not all. You might not be safe.
Eh?
Just between us, they think Brenda could have been killed because of her research. If this is true,
Whoever did it might think that you know something. You guys were close. You talked all the time.
What research? You don't mean the cardiac arrests?
Brenda thought whoever did it is making it happen on purpose.
That means it's someone on staff, someone we know.
It's possible.
Mum, you have to go home right now.
I'll take you myself.
No!
Come on, Mum.
If you are that worried, the two of you should be making me stay. This place is crawling with the police.
Look, that doesn't mean...
Besides, if I think of something useful, I can go straight to Lara Wade. No time wasted. I am not leaving.
Cause of death. Cardiac arrest following an injection of a muscle relaxant, succinylcholine. Looks like Brenda was right on the money. So where's this research of hers?
We can't find it. It's not in her locker or the nurse's station, but she definitely had it with her last night. Scotty saw it and so did Shanti.
And now it's disappeared. Fantastic.
I've told them to keep looking.
Succinylcholine, do you keep it locked up?
We don't have to. It's not a narcotic.
So where do you keep it?
It's used in theatres, HDU and ED, so it's in all those drug rooms.
Just lying around?
It's accessible, yes. It's not normally lifted.
Well, that's it then. The killer could be anyone in this hospital. Same old haystack.
Meaning what? Meaning you're looking for the same person, two different people?
I don't know.
You have to know. People need to know we're making progress. They're terrified.
Well, what do you want me to say? It could be the same person. They've got drug knowledge, access to medical supplies, and the resus thing fits. It allows them to do an emergency procedure. But it could also be completely unrelated.
So what do you think, Lara? What's your gut instinct?
I think it's the same person.
And Brenda knew their identity. She worked it out when you can't.
I didn't know about the resus
You're a
audit.
detective inspector. You spoke to her last week.
Yeah, okay. I asked the wrong questions. I fobbed her off last night. I didn't give her a minute. I've blown it. I know that. I need to support Chris. Now more than ever.
Thanks.
Shall I give you a hand?
No, I'm fine. Don't put those away. There's a new system. I intend to use it.
Okay. Yvonne, what is it?
It's a letter for Brenda.
Oh, there's going to be a few of those, I'm afraid.
It's not a business letter. It's from her son, Lachlan.
Oh, weren't they...
He broke her heart. Whatever he's got to say to her now, it's come a day too late.
Well, 3 of my staff have opted to stay at home. I expect there'll be more next shift.
Call the Bureau. Whatever funding you need, I'll sign off on it.
The trick will be finding teams who want to work here. Word spreads fast.
You're not kidding. My client list has dropped right off.
It's that piece on the news. Makes Shortland Street look like a portal to the netherworld.
How's your elective list?
I've had 2 cancellations already, and these are people who've been waiting 18 months.
I don't know what else I can do, guys. I'm just glad I still have you lot.
I'm here, but I can't say I feel safe.
No, neither does Alice. We need more security.
Well, we've already upped it. It didn't help Brenda.
What, so we do nothing and let this maniac strike again?
No, I'm not
For
saying...
now, we have the police. Let's all just try and keep the panic at bay.
What are the police saying? Have they got any leads?
Oh, I hope so. The last thing we need is any more psychics running around.
Detective Wade thinks there is a strong possibility Brenda's death is linked to the other murders.
Get away.
So the person inducing the cardiac arrests is the serial murderer?
Possibly. And possibly not. Brenda had a name, and now she's dead, and her research has disappeared. We all need to be very, very alert.
Brenda came to me with her research. She told me about a syringe of succinylcholine she'd found on the ward. I was helping her.
She died from a lethal injection of that same drug.
So she was right. Someone's inducing the arrests. The same person...
You use succinylcholine all the time, don't you?
In theatre, yes, but I don't carry it around. And I've never used it inappropriately. I told Brenda that.
Why? Why would you tell her that? It sounds defensive, and if you were helping her...
She thought that I might have discarded the syringe carelessly. She brought up a past incident involving unused drug ampule, something I was completely cleared of. We argued about it.
When?
Yesterday. But it was her mistake. She apologized. We were going to go out for a drink.
Only she died too soon. Tell me more about this argument, Dr. Derville. We both know Brenda wasn't the easiest woman to get along with.
We tried. All of us. But...
Exactly. So I don't expect everyone to grieve for her. That'd be hypocritical.
Not really. You don't have to like someone to feel bad that they're dead. I know I do.
You feel bad?
Yeah.
Not sad?
It's the same thing.
Actually, it's not. Most people feel bad when they've done something wrong. They feel sad when they learn someone has died.
So I chose the wrong word. What's the big deal?
Which is it then? You feel sad or bad?
Sad. Whatever. I've done nothing wrong.
I just wanted to clear that up. You argued with Brenda Holloway yesterday. What was that about?
Hey, look, we never argued.
Don't waste my time. It was in a ward and a patient walked in on you.
That wasn't an argument. I was visiting a family friend. It was a medical ward, not a surgical, and Brenda got all bent out of shape seeing me there.
She accused you of something?
Of course she did. She's paranoid.
You could have set her straight.
I wasn't explaining myself to her.
Why not?
Because I was sick of her suspicions and innuendos. She was out of control.
Well, not anymore. Someone got so sick of her they killed her.
It was not me. I answered the bells. I tried to save her.
Very exciting, an emergency resus, even if it was way too late. Your least favourite employee no longer a problem. How do you feel about that?
It's all in the phrasing, isn't it? Try to make the suspect feel guilty no matter what answer they give.
Where were you when Brenda died, James?
In Chris's office, with him and Justine.
Are you sure about that? They said you were late to the meeting.
I was out getting dinner when Chris called.
From where?
A takeout place, Chinese.
Will anyone there remember you?
No idea.
Receipt?
No.
Did anyone see you come back?
No idea.
Did you take the stairs or the lift?
I took the lift. Now you can keep firing questions if you want. I'll keep answering them. But you won't pressure me into a confession because I have nothing to confess.
You think you're very clever, don't you?
I know about interrogation. I know when an interrogator has lost control.
I am totally in charge of this interview.
I'm talking about the investigation. Brenda's victim number 5 and you're still flailing about in the dark. You really haven't got a clue.
It would have meant so much to Brenda to just have heard from Lachlan, to have hope.
But you should tell him that.
I'll write. Return the letter. I'm so sorry. I've just been talking to Maya about it all.
Do you want to call it a day? I can...
No. I've got to be strong. Things I need to do.
Like organising the funeral? Unless there's someone else close to Brenda who...
No. I'm the one. She was my friend and I want to do it.
If you need any help...
Thank you. I just might.
How's it going in here?
Just peachy. I have 5 murders, no prime suspect, no decent forensic evidence, and my boss is threatening to pull me off the case.
A fresh eye might be a good thing.
How can you say that? I'm talking about my career. If I stuff this up, I'm on the skids.
I'm thinking about the victims.
I should have got something out of those interviews. You know, cracked whoever was lying to me. It's what I do. It's what I'm good at.
Maybe you've been talking to the wrong people.
Wasting my time, you mean? Yes, what?
We found it.
The mask we think the killer was wearing. Was it dumped in a bin?
Under the stairwell.
Get it to forensics. I want that DNA.
I don't think that'll do much good.
And you'd know, would you? Go!
It's just... There were several George Bush masks in boxes in the staff room. Lots of us tried them on.
What?
Well, my DNA could be in there. Anyone's could. I just thought you should know.
I don't believe it. My one piece of evidence contaminated by that dimwit blonde and her idiot mate.
Hey, the staff had a party. They needed to let off steam.
Yeah, and whose brilliant idea was it to let a horde of masked people come and go willy-nilly when there's a serial killer on the loose?
I never thought about that.
Obviously. Look at this. 2 pumpkin heads, a witch, a Lucifer, and 2 ghosts, and that's just one shot.
I can see that we might have made it difficult.
Difficult? No, it's a nightmare, and it's all your fault. How the hell could you do this to me?
few changes to some billings this afternoon. You can see Fair City at 3:10, followed by 2 courses of MasterChef Australia from 20 to 4.